Well, the US and Germany are poised to announce that they will provide main battle tanks to Ukraine. Germany's defence minister says Chancellor Olaf Scholz is talking to his allies about supplying Kyiv with the Leopard tank. Joining us now is our senior executive editor for international government. It is Rosalind Mathieson. Ros, much has been talked about this. Germany has been reluctant to deliver the Leopard tanks. Poland, the UK have delivered tanks. How significant is this? When and where will they be coming from?
Well, this is actually quite a breakthrough after weeks of pressure from countries like Poland and, of course, months of calls from Ukraine for these heavy weapons to come in, all because of the concern that Russia may be gearing up for a fresh offensive as soon as next month, once the weather starts to turn, and saying that there's been sort of weeks of not much progress on the ground, and unless they get these heavy weapons, they're not going to just struggle to push Russia back, they're going to struggle to make ground themselves. Now we're seeing the announcement, perhaps today, that Germany and the US will agree to send some of these heavy weapons. That's Leopard tanks from Germany and Abrams tanks from the US. And that will open the door for other countries in Europe who actually have German-made Leopard tanks to send them also, particularly from Poland. These tanks are scattered across Europe in their hundreds and could make a real difference if they can get there quickly. The question is, how long is it going to take for tanks to actually get there and be deployed? And that could take many weeks.
And just briefly, in terms of on-the-ground practical implications of having tanks, what does it mean for the Ukrainian military?
Well, we saw tanks be very effective in the early days of the war, almost a year ago, in pushing the Russian forces back from Kyiv. They made the big push into the capital and were stopped pretty effectively. These heavy tanks will actually be much better in the terrain in the east of Ukraine. As the weather turns, it gets a bit muddy and so on, and it really enables them to push forward, and then you put your infantry behind those tanks, you protect them, and that allows them to make true ground. So it really could be quite significant for Ukraine if they get there in enough time.